Firefighters are concerned about piled up old railroad ties left next to the improved rail line in western Massachusetts. 22 News reporter David McKay spoke with the railroad company responsible for cleaning up the debris.
Amtrak's Vermonter runs from Washington, D.C. to St. Albans, Vermont. Improvements to the track for upgrades cost about $73 million, but work done by Pan Am in western Massachusetts still needs to be picked up.
Along the improved tracks where Amtrak's new high-speed Vermonter passenger train passes through western Massachusetts, there is metal, bolts, and piles of old railroad ties left behind.
And that does cause a concern for us because they're sort of in the perfect configuration to burn.
Northampton Fire Chief Brian Duggan told 22 News some of the old rail ties are covered in creosote, which is extremely flammable.
There's a lot of history that, especially along railroad tracks, either by incendiary nature or by the trains themselves, that brush fires can start.
I took a walk along the bike trail in Northampton that parallels the tracks to get a look at the piled up rail ties.
You can actually smell the creosote coming off of some of these old rail ties. So I got in touch with Pan Am, and they said they've already cleaned up about 15 miles of debris along the new high-speed rail line. They've got about 35 miles more, which will take about 35 days. And what they do is take these piles, old rail ties, put them on a rail car, ship them up to Maine, where it's recycled and turned into fuel.
Residents told 22 News they want to see this 35-mile mess cleaned up.
I walk up this way once a day and then the other way on my second break of the day, and there's all these piles. They look like potential bonfires. It's really dry wood. Looks like it's soaked in oil. So it appears like it's some type of hazard going on.
Northampton's Fire Chief Duggan says that Pan Am has been responsive, and he hopes to work with them in solving the issue at hand. Live from the Hampshire County Bureau, David McKay, 22 News.